Here, the head coach of the Cavaliers, Kristin Kunzman. Coach, coming off a 1-1 road trip up at Shippensburg, you failed to ship 63-41, and then you come back with a big 24-point fourth quarter to upend IUP 54-51. Before we get into talking about the Winston-Salem State Rams, if you could, talk about the first two games of the season a little bit and your impressions of your team and what you liked and what you didn't like.
Well, we got some good experience early on. I think that's the first thing. You know, Shippensburg is a very, very good team. They're very fundamentally sound from their guard spots to their post spots. So it was a big challenge for us. I think it was good to see a team of that caliber early on. You know, we were able to see things that we needed to work on and be able to adjust. IUP is also a very good team, very well coached. They've got some top players in the region that play for them. So, you know, I feel like we almost got nerves out or something in the first game, and then we were able to play. We had a rough time scoring the ball initially, and then we're able to have a comeback in that fourth quarter to win the game.
Seniors played extremely well, especially in game two. Kayla Carey named the all-tournament team, 13.6 rebounds, and she shot 50% from the floor. Obviously, we've seen this from Kayla throughout her career. What do you have to do to get her to be more consistent? And if you could speak a little bit about what she's done over the off-season to get herself prepared here for this senior year.
Kayla's worked extremely hard in the off-season, you know, from getting fit, getting in shape, putting in reps in the gym. She's got probably the most gym rat hours she gets in here on her own. You know, she just really puts in time, and it's shown. You know, she's done a tremendous job from, if you look at her 3 years ago to now. She's become a leader on the floor. So, you know, she had her hands full with Ship and IUP with their post players. You know, they're tough, their bigs are really good. So she was really sound on the defensive end for us as well as on the offensive end.
Mackenzie, another senior, comes up big in that win over IUP. And one thing that stood out to me, Mackenzie's only 5'8", but she picked up 15 rebounds in those two games.
Mackenzie's capable of that every night. She's capable of grabbing boards. She's a tough-nosed player, and if she works hard and she goes after them, she's capable of that every night. She's also an offensive threat for us, so she's able to, you know, I think she's very capable of getting double-doubles throughout the season just by her work ethic.
Final senior, and we'd be remiss without talking about her, is Taylor Sandage, and the job she did hitting clutch free throws down the stretch. 9 of 10 in that win, and a perfect 4 of 4 there in the final 30 seconds.
You know, we were very confident with her at the line. You know, I look at the girls, they're off the line, they're ready for defense, they're letting Taylor knock down those free throws. So she's a senior point guard, a true leader on our team, and it was evident in those crucial moments in the game.
Coming back to face Winston-Salem State, you faced the Rams last year and you won down in Winston-Salem 66-55. But this is a program, first-year coach, they've switched coaches there. You get a little fortunate they've played a couple games. What have you seen from the Rams?
They're going to be a tough team. They have a lot of the same personnel back. They're really long. You know, I think their average height is about 6 foot. They're athletic. They're going to press. They're going to be in our shorts on defense, man to man. You know, I think they're going to be intense on both ends of the floor and super athletic. I think they're, you know, gonna try really hard to get to the rim. So just being fundamentally sound defensively and taking care of the basketball on offense, I think from the weekend, you know, limiting our turnovers is going to be something that we've focused on and is going to be very crucial for us in order to win and beat Winston-Salem.
Coach, something that when you look at the box scores from the first two games that stood out to me, you didn't shoot the ball particularly well in either game, but one thing you did a tremendous job of was winning the battle of the boards, and you limited IUP to just 2 second chance points. And I know it's early in the season, but you lead the Mountain East Conference in rebounding margin. If you could hit on that a little bit and how much it helps to have guards like Kunzman and Sandage that can come down and get some rebounds.
You know, we're a team that we talk about being a blue-collar team and what we want to stand for. And if the girls put in the work, you're able to out-rebound teams no matter what size you are. It doesn't matter how big you are if you can put yourself in a good position to get the ball. So we work on it every day, whether we're playing 5-on-5 or we're specifically doing a rebounding drill. And the girls put an emphasis on it. At the end of the day, they're out there. It comes down to them and their work ethic.
You've been playing more kids than you've played here in the last several years. You got 11 players that average at least 7 minutes a game in those first 2 games of the season. And I really feel like that really helped you in that second game, playing back-to-back with that big fourth quarter surge. Is this a situation where you're just trying to figure out a rotation, or do you expect to continue to play 9, 10, 11 kids as we progress throughout the year?
It'll depend on the games. I think it'll depend on our personnel, who's hot that night, how we match up against teams. I said early on in our preseason interview that we can give a lot of different looks. We can be big, we can be small, we can be all guards, we can be 2 posts, 1 post. So we're able to throw a lot of things out. Having 2 games back to back, we played at 6 p.m. and then we followed up with a 1 p.m. game. I think it was important to be able to get a lot of people in and out and be able to keep our legs without having anyone with 40 minutes.
Coach, your keys to victory over the Rams?
Continue to win the battle of the boards. I think that's something that's important, and take care of the basketball on the offensive end. Value the ball, and I think if we do those things and are fundamentally sound, then we'll be in a good situation at the end of the game.
Fans, tip off from the Pryor Center tomorrow night, Wednesday at 5:30. If you can't make it out, you can watch the game live on UVAWiseCavs.com. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.